All right, we are back and alive again. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. We're good. Let me get Chatterino up. It's Sunday, which means it's build time. So I'm going to be trying to finish up something basic here. Make sure that we had everything working. Got some Mountain Dew. Ah. Yeah, YouTube chat up there. Move this over here. This is supposed to be dueling before we meet on All right. Ah. Hey, Dix, how's it going? I finally made the beam. Those shields look nicer? I have no idea. Is mining beam or laser beam? Mining beam. I'm trying to get mining working. Cool. Ugh. Racky's video's up, like the first one? Cool. Is it GD script? You think so? Cool. We're gonna watch the first few minutes. Cool. Yeah, you'll see when I get it done. Alright, let's go back to empty test scene. Do you want to see my AI? Check out the AI. I know it's not much right now. But, you know, yeah. I'm happy with it. I mean, it means we can do the mechanic. I think I showcased this earlier to you. Alright, so as soon as I'm in the walk distance, we're good. And all the IK works. Yeah. It still thinks I'm up there. Oh my god, that's so cool. He still thinks I'm like up there, like where I last was when he lost position. And he's kind of like still keeping track of that point. Look at that. That's so cool. So he's just like still kind of trying to find me. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's actually awesome. He's still looking at me. Anyway, we need to add to the store. I need a trial to find my weapons. I need to add that new weapon. Mining laser base price. 100. We'll do 1,000 credits. Mining laser component. So we should be able to buy the mining lasers now at the test shop. Okay, so I can buy the tri lasers. What? It won't let me buy the mining laser? Oh, resource not found to spawn the item. What? Oh, under the economy. Hmm. Why is that couch collider so weird? Oh, it's not the couch. What the hell is right there? Alright, mining laser. Basic mining laser. Whew. Yeah, projectile scene. It should be private. Hey, Mangala. I'm working on a mining beam today. And a little bit more on the NPC AI. Got a little tiny bit more of the advanced AI working this week. I wanted something to push on Patreon today, so a lot of it is just like more ship components that you can push and pull on the ship. Made a drop system today so I could drop health from kills to the players. Cool. Works fine for now. This is really basic, and even the IK needs work, but I'll advanced. Yeah, security testing. But then the client text stopped hitting the sheep. Hits everything else. Alright, let's check this out. So here we are in the new scene. Right, got everything working as usual. Now see this advanced AI. If we go into it, so he has sensors. It just won't hit the collider for the sheep. Oh, it hits everything else. It runs the same code as host on host, but for the player's avatar. It just won't hit the collider for the sheep. No clues of why. Weird. So where is he? Okay, over here. So if we enter his sense range, we'll get aggro. Right. So now he's after us. They run the same AI as the player, so same IK system. So he is IKing the gun just like I am, and as my IK improves, so will obviously the AI's IK. Just he can only do what I can do, if you know what I mean. Same animation tree. If I go up into the 0G, he'll take the last location, and like, so he's still tracking me as best as he can. But if I'm not on the nav mesh, there's not much he can do. And check this out. This is the bang. Right, and now I can tractor him up. Now, just wait for it. Just gonna wait for it. He's still looking at me. Alright, and now he's back to normal. Right, because I just want you to be able to, like, you know, kill NPCs and take their body back like a bounty target type thing. He's just like... Yeah, I think I'm still on the aggro table. Oh, maybe I'm not. Anyway, I need to, like, I need to do like on his update, like check the distance to see if I've totally, you know, like ran away. Here, have a couch. Get wrecked. He doesn't care. Right, so these work as security, and their idea is they have a cone, you know, of visibility as well as a sound radius, and you know they're designed to, like, theoretically listen to the player or perceive the player, and they're the antithesis of, you know, the hacking gameplay. Right, so the idea is you'd, like, you know, you gotta kind of sneak by the guards if you're smuggling, and vice versa. You know, so if you're trying to smuggle a couch out, you gotta kind of get by the advanced guards and whatnot. That's kind of the idea. Go away. Anyway, I'm gonna use the washroom real quick, and I'll be back. But so this is the second layer NPC in the, you know, the what we'd call the, you know, the inheritance tree of NPCs. So what the advanced layer does, for all my AI, I have like AI mind, I have like knowledge objects. Like anytime a visibility check passes, last known position is updated, so everything like downstream will always act. Yeah, that's my idea. So like I have these subcomponent nodes that are just regular nodes, and like for the advanced AI, it's just you know, inheriting from base AI, but now it adds the senses system and the you know, and the raycast. So it has like a raycast system, a senses system. So it still has all this underlining original functionality that makes the AI work and pathfind, and nothing too crazy. The only thing the advanced AI now can do that the other AI can't do is it doesn't have that sense area, it doesn't have the yeah, not running in the nulls or exposed. The yeah, and so one more tier up from this is going to be the ragdoll version, the very more complicated version that has the individual, you know, ragdoll colliders on it for like more advanced gunplay, and that one in particular will do more, you know, real time. Yeah, but like, oh, it's gone, we're gonna forget about it. Yeah, that's what we're doing with my senses. Like the senses just an area 3D, right? And when I enter it, it just registers a list of like an aggro table of all of the things around it that is inside its reference, and then it just iterates through that on its logic tick to do whatever it needs to do for whatever the AI needs to do with things that it's sensing. And if anything ever leaves that radius, it just gets dereferenced, you know, it gets removed from the list and it's no longer a thing. You know, if it was a primary target and you left, then it just picks another target, and it can only have one reference, which is like the iPlayer interface for like what it can attack. So the idea is like if another player were to come over and there was two players, it would just pick one and that would be its target, right? So it just works with anything. You keep knowledge since it isn't coupled to the actual object. Boop, boop. Some things I've written to get some things I've written to get some smart behavior automatically. I got you. I'm excited. I want to get more into gunplay over the summer. Antics is probably going to be a component of that, of getting like finally doing some of the better animations and getting like some of the actual stuff smooth and getting cover, crouch, lean. It's not a priority right now because it's not a fundamental part of the game. In the current state, it's more like, yeah, I murdered the NPC. These are security guards. Ah! You just frightened me. Yeah, I can't tractor him yet, that's all. Oh, wait. 1 second. I wanna leave him in rigid body form for a second. No. Cool. Hmm. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. For those that are new here, my name is Revere. I'm working on a space adventure game, similar to like Star Citizen, where you're just, traveling space, upgrading your ship, and making money, trying to slowly free yourself. Hey, game creator, coder. I'll give you guys just a bit more. Let me jump into the main project here, so you guys can actually see the game that I'm working on. I'm in the prototype build that I use for just some quick iteration and gameplay mechanics. It is a multiplayer game. Right, so this is the game. This is the actual graphics of the ship. Everything about the ship is fully upgradable, all components. So from the fuel scoop, power plants, coolers, every aspect of the ship is completely modular. Looks cool, thanks. Right, so like this is your little environment, everything from the shield generators, all the electrical components for hooking up to the navigation stations, right? Your kind of your cargo. And you're just kind of going from truck stop to truck stop, doing your own thing, buying and selling cargo, avoiding trouble, or getting in trouble. And yeah, you can customize your own habitation module, your own little apartment, that you can kind of rent in any one of the stations. These are the smaller ones. These are like little truck stops that you would see, within the systems. They're kind of like little places to go and refuel and rearm, and right there. A lot of the stuff is very gray boxy. and this is where you would go and actually like outfit your ship. Right, so all the components, everything on the ship, you can take off, put on. You can upgrade like the scanners, the holograms. Did you get tired of waiting for SC and just made your own? Yeah, yep, absolutely. And it fully works at multiplayer. And in a very like Sea of Thieves style. Yep, all the ships are fully modular. All the different modules can be swapped out. Right, if you don't need a bed, you don't need a bed. Yep, every aspect of the ship can be changed. So when you even get the ship, like this back retainer wall is actually like moved up here, and you only have your closet for your suit, right? And then you have more. You do have more storage, obviously, but like if you if you put in a sleeping module, then you don't need to log out. You can just go and land at a station. You can just go to sleep, log out, you're fine. The little like whatever you want to call this, the dining module is actually used for the computer. So you can kind of like check things. The food module just gives you more storage, like more like personal storage for putting stuff in the ship and for food, resources, things like that. And you're kind of physically limited to the maximum amount of modules you can physically install. So you have to make those trade-offs for yourself. Right, so I'm just working on the mining lasers. A lot of the tech, like so this week, every week, every Sunday I do a build of the game. Is kind of the idea, and yeah, right now it's just kind of getting everything back together. Right, all the characters and the IK and just. I originally wrote a lot of this in Unity, and I ran into a lot of networking issues. Lots and lots of customization. You can swap out anything, like is the idea, right? And that gives you more modularity, and there's more of a focus on the economy in my game, more than anything. It's my own like background. It's working on I originally wrote an app for Star Citizen. Called Galactic Logistics. So like back in the day, this was my trading app, that I was working on for Star Citizen, and I really like doing like economics in video games and trying to map out all the economics of video games. And yeah, I just decided to isn't EVE Online spreadsheet games? This sounds just like that. Well, Star Citizen, as an example, doesn't really have much of an economy. It's all kind of faked right now. So, yeah. But when I mean like like how the economy works, I'll give you an example. Right. So here's a prison module. Right. So this is a prison module that gets attached to a station. Right. You're a bad person. So you kind of get killed in space and you wake up in jail. This is all gray box, so just ignore that. So from the time that you wake up, you're in this automatic facility that's like prisoner 422, please head to processing, right? So you have these turrets kind of like monitoring you. Everything's mirrored, so you see I'm only creating what I need to. This would be like a prison yard. There will be turrets as you kind of make your way down, and this area down here is like a fully functioning kind of like factory that actually makes ship components. So the technical minigame that a player would observe is that there's ship's components being created and you're just kind of tack welding them. It's a very basic minigame. It's kind of boring. It's not meant to be extremely entertaining. It's just a way for you to burn off your your crime stat and get back to doing what it was you were doing. But unknown to the player that the types of components that are being created here right? So they just see ships kind of like fading into existence and being built and fading back out. They can't, they won't perceive anything, you know, behind the scope of this. But, you know, so while they're doing that, the game I was thinking about was buying low and selling high at various ports around the galaxy, like Elite Dangerous. I mean, that's what you're pretty much doing, but you're just doing it all physically, right? You're buying cargo, throwing down the ship, you know, or taking somebody else's cargo, right? But so while that's happening, like this is what I mean by tying everything to the economy, is that if there's a prison module attached to a rest stop or a larger station, right? This station now has a demand of different gases, like argon gases used for welding, metals, right? So like steels, aluminum, right? And its output production is actually those components. So, you know, if you go to jail as a player and you're paying attention, you can kind of get like a good idea of like, you know, my thought process was, you know, you go to jail later on, you're like, wait a second, I'm pretty sure I was like working on those quantum drives, you know, like whatever that model would be, at this station while I was there. And then if you go there, sure enough, you know, that's exactly what it sells at a really good price point. Because if there's a high level of crime, you know, like in around this area, and thus there's a high level of criminals, you know, like that are, you know, just here by proximity, you know, then that kind of contributes to this little like economy simulation, right? So there's different modules, and they all serve a gameplay purpose. They're not a, you know, just a visual thing. They, in this case, it's a prison, right? There's also like medical modules and whatnot, and they just kind of, you know, work to do multiple, you know, things at once. They're kind of driving the. I'm trying to find my module here. Right, so this is like, this is another, you know, kind of a, you know, a health module, you know, kind of a hospital. You know, and the idea of this particular one is, you know, if you as a player, you know, kind of hurt yourself, and, you know, you would wake up in one of these, like, recovery rooms. And so you kind of wake up in a bacta tank, you know, and then you kind of, like, leave and pay your fees of, you know, this is kind of like respawning, but we're going to, you know, actually put you in a place that makes sense. But the idea is there's also, you know, if you have enough, you know, reputation, and that you could get a, you know, like a medical response module for your ship, you could accept these missions to go and rescue, you know, stranded NPCs or refuel stranded NPCs, and you would get a livery for your ship to kind of turn it into like an ambulance, if you were. But you could totally just go and rescue NPCs, right? And just bring them into the hospital hangar. You know, all you had, they're literally like, you know, you just rescue them and tractor them onto a gurney, stick them in your ship, right? And then they're more like a time deliverable mission type, right? Where they're just cargo if you think about it. It's the same thing with bounty hunting. You know, you're tracking down an NPC, you're incapacitating them in FPS, you're throwing them in a little cryopod, and you're just bringing them to a contact, right? And then you make the money. So it's ultimately all cargo. The whole game is cargo, if you think about it. But it's just kind of like a lot of different, you know, dynamicness of it. You know, so that's kind of the... So hopefully that makes sense. A lot of roleplay. Yes, yeah, that's the whole point. There's tons. And so every, you know, because I was a lot further in, obviously, while we were in Unity. But right now we do have most of the stuff ported over. And yeah, it's really just, I'm trying to get mining working. I built an entire a tech stack for the, like, asteroid generation. A couple of... you know, like last week. So just check this out. We have 100 synced NPCs. All of the player IK works. Right? Right, even the UI. Right? If I kind of get behind this person and kind of walk up by the side of them, you know what I mean? So all of the, like, you know, because I have a full diegetic UI, you know, so you can see what your missions are. It's used for hacking, so you can like, you know, the idea is you can do a bit of slicing in the game, so you can, you know, hack a trade terminal and see what the last transactions were. You can, yeah, it's still the IK system in Godot 4 is still considered depreciated right now, but they're working on a improvements to it for 4.3. So, you know, there's always going to be something. Initially, I was going to port over Easy IK from Unity, and then I decided against that. But yeah, so I can like head over here as an example. I can spawn in my ship. I can go and take components off the ship. I can jump up into the ship and just observe this from the other player. Right, so you can see the seat animations and everything are all working. If we go back in, we can see, you know, there's our player. I'm just kind of clustering. And now if we kind of take off, right, everything's all working. Right, so a lot of the core, you know, you see me like firing up at the ship. Right. So like all of the, you know, the basics, you know, is working. And what I'm trying to get in the next little bit, I'll close out the. I've made a couple of little prototypes when I moved over. I've only been using Godot for 2 months now. I started porting things over 2 months ago. So I created a few little fun things to kind of, you know, warm myself up. And so this is one of the first little projects that I'm sticking in the main build. And it's a fully simulated, you know, pool game. I also made a poker game as well. I figure while people are waiting for the game to be created, you know, they could just, you know, in the small station that I've created for them, you know, they could just kind of play some mini games. I could add some social things, you know, for the people that are currently, you know, on Patreon and, you know, supporting the development of the game. So just as a test, you know, I can pop in here. I'm just gonna head over. I'll just be the observer, so I'll just wait, and I'll join in here. And as you can see, we have a fully simulated, right, full rigid body poker or pool game. So I can, you know, just kind of mess around and play pool. If you scratch, it'll just, you know, just reset the balls, right? So scratch every 10 seconds. It kind of checks the balls and make sure everything's within the area, and it'll just kind of automatically pocket balls and reset itself, like it's done. But yeah, I figured this would be kind of fun. I got to get the weights and stuff like that working. But they're not exactly accurate to, you know, to a real pool ball. I think they're all like 1 unit or something stupid like that. They're probably quite heavy. I probably haven't even changed the weights of them when I think about it. But yeah, you can just jump in here with a buddy and play pool, and that's kind of what I wanted to have. You know, kind of at the, you know, the truck stop. So you could just go and, you know, play these little mini games and kind of enjoy it. You know, it's kind of like we're making distractions, making entertaining distractions. You know, simple. You know, because like pool's pretty straightforward, and same with other games. Like you know, you could make, you know, bowling in a night. You know, you just have pins, and you know, it's the same thing as a pool game. Right, so I kind of put together a few of like these kind of smaller games, and you know, it helps to be, you know, doing all the art and whatnot. Yeah, my other little side project that I'm working on here is making the speeder bikes. So this is my retro speeder bike. It's kind of oh my god! I can't wait to get my Naga fixed. But I think this will be kind of cool. And I put this in. Are we riding this around on planets? Yeah. Yeah, but it's not a focus. Check this out. This is some of the tech that I built last week. So check this out. Here we are in an asteroid field with volumetric lighting. We're 1400 FPS with 1,000 asteroids. Oh, but just wait. How about 2,000 asteroids? How about 4,000? How about 8,000? How about 16,000? How about 32,000? How about 64,000? 128,000? 256,000? You know? 500,000? A million at 300 FPS? 2 million? 4 million? Now we're at so many million, it doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? Now you're just, you know, like this is, you know. Yeah, this is the power of, you know, GPU instancing at work. So the idea is to seed the asteroids, right? So if you seed an asteroid and you know predictably where the asteroids are going to spawn, then you can do collisions by proximity, right? But more importantly, you can actually, you know, artistically, because it's artistically important to me personally that the asteroids have depth, right? Like I have a certain, you know, like kind of a technology goal in mind. Looks like a concert. Yeah, it should be cool. Like I'll kind of give you a rundown of how I'm going to make this work. So, you know, the tech concept is pretty simple, right? So we're going to have, you know, the intermediate meshes, the positions of them on GPU, are actually going to be spawned, you know, based upon, like, you know, just a sign, you know, just like an ATAN2, just a function, right? We're just literally just allowing us, you know, within this range, at this distance, at this height, spawning asteroids based on a seed value that we feed it, and we get asteroids. Second to that, the fog volume itself, what I'm going to do is, you know, graphically create a texture that I really like, which represents how the asteroid field looks in 2 dimensions. So there would be like a standard, you know, 2K or 4K texture that would have the color gradient and color properties of the... that stream tab message has a typo. Oh, probably. I can't spell for shit. I'm a developer, not a wordologist. So anyway, so we create that texture, we apply it along, you know, a plane that represents the lowest level of detail of an asteroid field. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get the distance, right, that we are from the field's core and to the outside, and we're going to normalize that value so we have a 0 to 1. And then we're going to sample the color on that control texture, and whatever that color is along that control texture based on your real position, that's going to be the value that we drive the fog volume itself. So as you, the player, are flying around the asteroid field, the atmosphere is changing based upon the real field's properties. And then on the outskirts of the asteroid field, so on the very, you know, edge, there's a kind of like an inverted Voronoi shader, where you can only see this from the inside normal. So only from the inside face looking outward, you know, at a range that you could only be in if you're in the asteroid field. Would you see like a rendered version of the asteroid field, kind of baked in Blender, kind of going around the whole field? So you get an artificial horizon line of the field itself, like you know, just baked in, you know, 4K, all the little kind of like the outside look of the field, as if it was a part of the skybox, but it's not a part of the skybox. It's just rendered for the field itself. So that's kind of the, you know, the idea. And then to make things even more complicated, if you want to get more complicated with it, which we could move it all. Excuse me. So like we could do something like this, where we lock all of this to the orbit of the planet, and technically it's not moving, but relatively it is moving. And then we could have thousands of FPS moving asteroids, but I mean, it's subjectively moving, you know, because it wouldn't be moving. It just, you know, the planet's rotating, and then that'd be super cool, you know, like that'd be kind of the level of density that I want to see, as per how I want mining to play out. So hopefully that makes sense, you know. And as these intermediate missions move away from me, they'll despawn, and you know. And ideally, there would only be like a full, like there'd be maximums of, you know, how many of these exist, and, you know, I can optimize it. But I'm running at 1,000 FPS right now, and there would never be more than 128,000 asteroids around a player. So, you know, so that's kind of, you know, what I was working on tonight is doing the asteroid beams, and I'm trying to get trying to get the working prototype of asteroid mining. You know, working, and because I think it'd be cool, because like I have a very tight, you know, goal. So on Patreon Monolithic, this is the spiel, right? The spiel is very simple. There's 3 memberships right now. There's a $5 tier and a $10 tier. At a $5 tier, there's a new build that you can access every single week that you can try out. Does it work great? No, doesn't. You know what I mean? Doesn't work great. Crashes all the time. But you know what? Use the last build, right? If it doesn't work, right? Every Sunday I have a testing focus, right? Something new. At the $10 tier, you get your own apartment. So that's the, you know, like, you know, they're only gonna be limited. So those stations that you saw at the very beginning, like at the initial, you know, that's really customizable, just like the ship. You can swap out the bar, swap out any of the chairs, swap out the vending machine. It's your own little, like, you know, place on the server, on the Patreon server. You know, and it's being remade right now. So, you know, there's 8 people right now that have those, and I think they're limited to 64, I'm not sure, but anyway, everything after that is just people like that want to help. But you know, it's one of those proof in the pudding things. I just do builds, you know, every week, and every week there's just stuff getting done, and you know, like, as I'm slowly moving things over, you know, so there's no bullshit. It's just what I'm working on, you know, just from the time I started Godot to where we are now. And yeah, so I think it'll slowly grow. It'll get back to where it was. At one point, you know, I was at around 600. My goal is to get to 800 by the time the end of the summer comes around, where I can work on it full time over the summer. And then that's it. I'm just making the game. You know, there's no, you know, there's no, you know, it's just chew, you know, video game. And throughout the period of time, there's going to be just a lot more smaller, focused testing stuff. I started doing sand planet tech and stuff like that, so I started building up, you know, like mesh generation systems, compute shaders, working on a system here for Yeah, so like as normal. Right, so just like working on procedural, stuff that's gonna really, kind of help flesh things out. I don't want to do what I did in Unity. In Unity, I use a lot of Space Graphics Toolkit, and like there was a lot of over complexities, and I think after playing through Starfield, I've kind of gotten to a point where I don't care about proc gen. I know that might be a bit of a I think Starfield does proc gen so bad that I think gamers would like a freelancer kind of experience. Let me move. Let me put the music's supposed to be just psychedelic space rock, but it's a bit too heavy. I think if the landing locations themselves are very detailed and they're rich in lore, and there's places for people to go to and do while they're there, right? There's a reputation system that makes sense. There's factions that make sense there, right? I think it would create a better experience. So I think I can get away with just having, a couple of gas giants, because a gas giant is just a fog volume, right? Easy peasy. Water planet's just a sphere. Water planet's not going to be complicated. It's just a water texture. Proction runs into the procedural oatmeal issue. Almost no, issue almost immediately on planet scale. No Man's Sky is another example. So I'm like, fuck it. Let's not do that. Let's just, let's not focus on that. Let's make the planet tech generate shit on the planet, so you can still have you can still come down and land on the planet. You know what I mean? But let's just control where the player can go, and just focus on those locations, because ultimately that's what's fun in Star Citizen. Like, we have an entire crazy city planet, and there's only one place to go there, right? Area 18, an over glorified harbor front. Like, what's the point? So that's not what's happening, and I can't scale that myself. I scale everything. Like, even the stupid speeders here are designed to be modular. You know what I mean? Did we ever sort out issue with the alpha texture crap? For the mining beams, yeah, I did. Smaller areas you can curate better. Yeah, and just focus on that. Let's not, not too. Yeah, I'll show you. That's what I'm working on today. For tonight's builds. But I wanted to give them. I wanted to give the guys kind of a tour of the game. Yeah. So now we can go and buy mining lasers and throw them on the ship. Right? Because I think if I do it the way that I care to do it, right, where the focus is only on gameplay first. Hang on. Thank you. Right, if it's gameplay first, where the components matter, the modularity matters, the stats matter, the ship is fun to fly, right? Like, we can buy ships, we can sell ships, we can buy components, we can upgrade the ship, we can change everything out. Like, I'm already creating a American truck sim in space style experience. You know what I mean? For people that just want to do a bit of space trucking. Yeah, this was this is that system I was kind of telling you, where you can take furniture and you can snap them into these item ports, right? And they're predetermined inside your own head. So you just go and do what I just did: buy a couch, bring it into your head, put it in place, go up to the terminal and save it, and it'll just save to your account. But let me show the mining lasers. Alright, so these are the mining lasers. They have a cool raycast system on them, and their frequency changes depending on the beam length. They're not technically supposed to be on by default, but Everything is 0G, by the way, too. So check it out. I can just do this, right? 0G outside of the gravity volume. So the goal on Fixius now is going to be, like I said, these are just on by default right now. I literally just got this into the engine. Is to get a test asteroid field working, to get the procedural asteroids working where they can crack apart, and make a mining prototype. And I want to make a mining prototype like with the graphics of the, of that scene. Like I want to showcase visually, what it would be like in the, like in the build, because I think, from like a marketing perspective, it'd be really fun to kind of start showing like the feel, that I'm kind of going for. But I know, like this build is way better as far as testing, because it only has in it what I need in it. But and then the other thing that I made for this build, I need to add these two scenes in, is check this out. Okay, hi. Thank you. So check it out. So see that new NPC over there? That's an advanced NPC. So the advanced NPC shares the same system, rig, and information as the player. So check this out. Let me go over here and grab his attention. So he now has my attention, and now his state machine is now going to be tracking me. And if I jump up, see, like the IK is working perfect. And watch this. So here we go, and I can just shoot him. And now he's down. And we're just gonna wait. Right, there he's gonna continue. So they're not very smart yet, you know what I mean? This is more, adding the sensory system so they can register, if I'm in the area or not, if they can hear me, if they can see me, if I'm within the fulcrum of the NPC's, visibility, their ability to track me down on the nav mesh that they're on, being able to kind of track me while I'm in 0G, when I'm outside of the nav mesh, but still using the nav mesh, and still being able to react to things while on the nav mesh. Now, when he wakes up, he's going to still think I'm up there in the sky. Check this out. He's going to be looking for me here. Right? So he's kind of like, where'd Rav go? Where's Rav? Where's Rav? Where's Rav 2? Get fucked. Not very smart, they're not like super fun yet. They will though, because I love AI. Like I absolutely love AI, and I'm gonna make stupid AI, like scenarios where NPCs can cower, hide away from you, just really cool stuff. Like even for these wandering AI, which is a terrible default behavior for any AI. There should be on the station, there should be waypoints that the AI can register to, and then have a larger area of reference that is considered arrived, so that way they're kind of moving along these waypoints, but in a distributed, fashion. But what I would like to do is have them collectively group up into kind of like a social group where one of them's a leader. So every now and then they'll kind of like, when they get bored, instead of going to the arcade, they'll kind of just randomly cluster and kind of walk together, or, or go to the bar together, they're just doing their default behavior, but doing it in kind of weird pockets and stuff like that. As well as adding some vistas. So like random nodes that when the AI is bored, they'll just go to, like, they're looking out the window at a station, or they're, so it's not just full dependency driven. I think it'd be cool. It'd make it look more realistic. And then the final tier of the AI are the AI that obviously have the ragdoll system, fully working. They're extremely high compute, so you don't want a lot of them. They run a lot of ray casting, and they have the ability to track you down. Yes, the whole game is powered by reputation. It's how you yin and yang between different careers. It's how you kind of slowly become a criminal, and your ability to do security slowly becomes bounty hunting only. You know what I mean? Because you're a bad guy, right? And if you don't want to be a bad guy, now you have to yin and yang those, right? But there's benefits to each action. There's benefits to being a bad guy if you enjoy being a bad guy, right? Or you kind of pay the fines and kind of do some missions for the good, and kind of work your way back. I want to leave it kind of free for each of the factions, and kind of for the player to kind of explore. Like maybe they just want to make money and they want a space truck for a while, and maybe they're kind of getting bored with that, and they're like, screw it, I'm going to do some smuggling, right? And then it becomes a whole thing. It's a whole other risk versus reward aspect of cargo. But because you're now a bad guy, you can't do those legal missions anymore. You can't do, you can't work for any of these corporations to do, jobs, because you're a bad guy, you're a criminal. But now you have to learn how to be a criminal, right? Right? Stealing data, stealing routes, not being able to hook up to the comm network, right? So, the game becomes extremely hard to play, but then it's risk versus reward. I was always a good boy and stuck with Liberty. So, that's how I want to, that's kind of how I want to do it anyway. And I don't really, like I said, like a lot of my own opinions, because I like hardcore, but I know hardcore, I already have an adult game, which is probably going to be 18 plus, because I'm literally putting blackjack and hookers in it, because that was the whole meme. And I have to see the meme through, because I'm me. So I'm already limited by age demographic of the game. But then simultaneously, I also want it to kind of be hard, so that's not good either as far as marketability. So I might have the the opinions might change depending on the community, depending on whatever people if people are just going to play the game on Patreon anyway and provide feedback, I'm going to obviously listen to their feedback, so the game can kind of steer in the direction of the majority. But from my own kind of perspective, that's funny, he's not resetting fast enough. Oh, because there's an error. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be cool. I want to make something different, and everyone just keeps following the same mold. And even though I do kind of say this is kind of like Star Citizen, it's only like Star Citizen in the sense that it's first person, and some of the gameplay mechanics kind of play like Star Citizen, but that's because it's an FPS in space. Like X4 plays the same way, just X4 doesn't have good FPS. It just has an FPS experience. So, Hey, go in. Yeah, so that's the AI anyway, the new AI of today. And this will improve. As my own IK improves, so do the NPCs, because I'm using the same IK system. So as I make something better than whatever the hell this is, this is terrible. This is just my initial, holding a rifle IK, which is totally bad. It'll improve. So that's the the deal. So the advanced AI inherits from NPC. So it's funny because I'm kind of doing it in layers. It is inheritance, but it's inheritance in a dependency tree that makes sense. As the AI becomes more advanced, it does literally depend upon you know, all of these subcomponents. So, you know, by the time I get to the NPC, you know, like final or whatever I call the final version, like it'll have each of the systems. Because the advanced uses the IK system, the equipment, health, sensors, you know, and an aggro table. But regular AI don't need any of that stuff because they're just walking around stations and buying things. But the advanced ones are a bit more complicated. But yeah, this build that I'll be doing later on tonight, like before in another hour or so, won't have too. It will have the NPC test scene, and it will have the new test scene for buying the mining laser and putting on the ship. Under the hood, there's been tons of changes, and I think on this build that I do, I'm also going to post the new C# asteroid system for people to play with, and I'm getting a Razer ad on your stream. Yeah, I'm a Razer sponsored streamer. Oh, I also got my RMA in for my Naga, and I'm getting a new Naga because Razer support is amazing. So I will soon have my. We're going to actually move the audio player into the emitter for a second, just to zero out the position. And then move it back out. You're just gonna have to buy Yeah, so we do have the beam. Yeah, let's scale the beam. Yeah, so what's changing is firing to be false. Oh, okay, okay. It's an async function that keeps on firing. Okay, so the set firing is working. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, that's fine. Have fun. I'm signing off. Have a good one, Sean. Let me give you a shout out before you go. What's your game about, by the way? Feel free to share it, or share some screenshots on the Discord. Let's go and take a look at your stream, if it will let me actually jump to it. I don't know why Chatterino sucks at kind of automatically, let shift jump to a stream. Twitch. Oh, do you have any of your either way, we'll give them a follow. Alright, so let's give that a test. In the test scene, and let's throw in a few of those mining lasers. Gonna make sure that they work, and then we'll come on. We got one. What? One works? What? Why does one work? Yeah, they seem to be moving with the gimbals correctly. Crap. They reset. Yeah, I wonder if it just wasn't detaching it. Interesting. Come on, Bill. Catch up. Yeah, I wonder if it just didn't let it go. So one off. One on. So weird. Let's take that right one off and put it on the other side. Yeah, so this one over here was working. Okay, let's try this one on the sport. Nope. Intriguing. Yeah, so the left port is not working. Where'd the other running laser go? Can you view third person maybe firing backwards? It could be firing backwards. Yeah, so it is just the left side. Oh yeah, it's always strange when I'm breaking stuff like that. I should have reset these. No beam, no raycast. That said, this is supposed to actually have a projectile spin. Heat, max heat, speed. Hey, TBD Gamer! Coming in with 24 viewers. How's it going, D-Fox? How's it going? We're doing mining lasers today. We're doing mining lasers. Doing fun things with them. But when we had them firing, by default, they look cooler. Anyway, now we're actually getting them working. So yeah, so here's the mining lasers. They're cool. They mine things. Right, so that's the focus of today's stream, is get mining going. TBD, did you see the asteroid simulation that I done last week? Let me give you a shout out as well. You didn't? Alright, so let me show you what we're preparing for, okay? This is what we're preparing for. Alright, here are 1,000 asteroids at 1,000 FPS. Okay? With God rays and atmospheric lighting. So let's do 2,000. Let's do 4,000. 4,000 seems like a lot. Let's do 8,000. You know, 8,000 is kind of dense. What about 16,000? What about 32,000? What about 64,000? What about 128,000? Now we're getting pretty thick, you know. Yeah, we can go further. Let's go 256,000 or 500,000. Or maybe 1,000,000. Let's do 1,000,000 at 600 FPS. Looks like a TBD, if it was in outer space, looks like a TBD game collection. Anyway, so this is kind of how the asteroid system, you know, works. It has like depth, you know. I want you to feel lost when you're mining. You know, and this can get stupid. Like here, let's do you know, 2 million and now finally 4 million. All right, so at 4 million, this starts becoming ridiculous. Yeah, this would never be. This is a tech demo. Because at this point it's just black, you know. And I don't think people want to fly around at 40 FPS for million asteroids. I'm not sure there's a value. I mean, cool, you know, having 4 million asteroids, but So anyway, that brings us to what we're doing. You gotta add gravity to your player. What do you mean? We have gravity on the player. We have gravity on the player. But you know what would be even cooler than having that many asteroids and having planet tech and terrain and all that fun stuff? There is circular gravity. That's the thing. That circular gravity is like the easiest thing in the world to do. So let me show you. Hang on, where it can get interesting. Where it could potentially get interesting is if we were to, for some reason, you know, maybe have it all rotate. Right? And now we were able to spawn in hundreds of thousands of asteroids and it all moves. Right? How cool would that be? That'd be super cool. Two beams at once sounds better. Two beams at once is definitely better. We need to fix that. That sounds incredible. Well, anyway, I have a whole system that I'm going to build for this, and it's going to look cool. You know, trust me. It'll look cool when I finish the system. It'll be the scariest, you know, asteroid mining experience you've ever had, and it'll perform well. In Revere, I trust. You know, after spending 14 years waiting for Star Citizen, it can't get any worse. Okay, you know, it just can't get slower than not released, and you know, I'm at least pushing builds. You know, either way, every week, including later on tonight, there's going to be another build for people to download. So that's how the game is funded. If people are interested in the game, just join the $5 tier and join the Discord. That's it. That's all I ask. And if you just want to wait for the game to come out, you should totally do that, because you should do that, you know. But yeah, that's the spiel of the game. Right? So everyone helps make the game be a reality, and the game becomes a reality, and that's all there is to it. Pretty simple. Yeah, so is it the item ports being weird? But what is the other audio? Yeah. Because I should have two audio tracks. I'm slowly putting in a little bit of audio just to yeah, I don't know. The pulse laser, the sound is immediate, but I don't know. Yeah, unfamiliar. We're gonna stick the pulse laser sound in the reference. What were you working on, TBD Gamer? What was your, yeah, I don't know if we can reset this, or if we can layer them in. I don't think we can. But if we only have one audio stream or player, I definitely don't want to make more than one. Yeah, because for each weapon type, they're going to be a little bit different to how the sound goes. Can I make unready the yeah, is there like a repeat? Or a repeating loop? Is there a loop? No? Continuation, autoplay, the basis, the bus. You must be able to make them loop. Hmm. 'Just catch the finish single and play it again. That sounds dumb. Looping with OGG files works fine. It's been the default for ages. You need to enable looping in the dialogue. It's been disabled for some reason. Why? 8-bit mono. Trim and normalize. Is that because it's a wave? Keep file no import. Import as wave. Loop mode. Okay, cool. So on the mining laser, loop mode direct from wave. We want to do forward. Loop begins at 0 and ends at -1. We could do ping pong. Oh yeah, ping pong would actually be great. Ping pong would go like ooh, you know, so we would go backwards by default instead of a looping, so the ends would match, which would be fine for a mining laser. So we kind of, instead of just looping over, I mean, it is a good loop. We could re-import it to ping pong for loop mode, and maybe that loop mode stays that way. And they can technically re-import it as mono because we're going to be using stereo sound with multiples. So re-importing sound effect volume as mono is just going to help us. Can I change the mix rate? I don't want to, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, because is there like a mix, a loop mode? Or is it just, I have no control over that? Maybe it's the stream. Audio player, maybe it's the stream's loop mode. Oh, that's so good! Oh, and it just keeps going. Yeah, ping pong is perfect for a mining laser. And we just play it and stop it, you know, because it's, yeah, we can kind of tune you in. Yeah. Cool, we need to fuck with that. Good. We just need to define it. So then on our beam wiring, we're doing audio.play and audio.stop. And on our regular fire, we can just view our audio that way. Not worry about it. I wonder will it not play if it's already playing now? I could stop and restart it. Maybe play auto restarts. Not sure. Let's experiment. And it still doesn't. I don't really know why. Yeah, this is fine, fine. Good. Empty testing. Not. Okay. We have our mining laser spares. Let's turn off the mining effect. There's no projectile, just have our audio. Of the mining laser now working in ping pong. We have one emitter. In revere hydro. Should be like we should do a whole like Soviet, you know, kind of, I don't know, maybe the politics temperature right now be kind of a bad, you know, it probably wouldn't be taken too well, but it'd be kind of funny. All right, let's see what happens with the existing lasers before we go any further. Nah. Okay, well, they're both firing, and I hate the sound, so that's fine. Because that electricity in the beginning of it, like the little... Yeah, it's dumb. Don't like it. Okay, let's take these off. And let's put on the other ones. I would like to get this scene working. Oh, I also need to get the gimbals, like, not following me as I move around the seat, because that's a thing that just doesn't need to happen at all, but for some reason it does. Okay, let's not, hang on. It's still doing it. There's got to be something. Unless I duplicated these. And they're like the same thing. So they're kind of freaking out. Although I don't think I duplicated them. I thought I just dragged another one in. Let's see. In the weapon system, there's 2 hard points. They're defined. And then for those 2 hard points, we have our associated gimbal. and the component which is attached to them. And they're all perfectly fine. And the two initial laser components that are in there are also working fine and are locked in place correctly. Yeah, it's that sound effect that I don't like. For the beams, yeah, we don't want to play it. We want to play it, but only if it's not playing. So audio is playing. It should be bold. Then play. And then no matter what, so this way the first time we start this firing motion, we'll start playing it, and then we'll just keep playing it until we're no longer firing it. Hey, Oma Nerves! Do you want to see a cool mining simulation that I've been working on? Yeah, we'll see how that feels like. All right, give us a moment. We're gonna test the. Yeah, I have a lot of the systems here working. So let's go and take off the tri-laser. It still feels weird. It's like there's a chop on it. Let me take off. So which one was not working? I'll show you in just one moment. Okay, so the right one's working, left one's not. Alright, so let's take this one, put this one back on. Really weird that the left one does work. Okay. Yeah, see, that's not what it sounds like at all when it's playing. And that's also not what the pulse laser. Yeah. Totally not what's happening. Oh, check this out. Yeah, so this is my little asteroid simulation. So here we are in a deep asteroid field of 1,000 roids. And here's 2,000 roids. Here's 4,000. Here's 8,000. Here's 16,000, 32,000, 64,000. Right, fully simulated. And here's 128,000. I'm getting 1,000 FPS. Right, here's 256,000, and I can go to like 1,000,000 or 512. Hard to flash that. Yeah, the idea is not. We're not going to ever put in that many. This is just to, you know, hey, Ricky Ricardo. This is just to show off what can be done. Thanks for the raid. What were you working on, Ricky? But just imagine the potential. You know, imagine the potential of being in like super thick asteroids, so thick that it starts getting kind of like, you know, shadowed. You know, obviously it would never be this thick, but there's room for you know, interesting distributions. You know what I mean? Hey, working on Space Station Simulator in Godot. Perfect. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I think I remember that. Have you been in the Godot Discord at all, Ricky? I think I even asked you that before as well. I'm sure I've already even had this conversation. I think I'm just, yeah, so that's kind of, like, that's some of the stuff that I'm working on here. I got a lot of the, yeah, I got the mining lasers in today. That's these guys. So now I'm just getting the systems, and you don't think so? Okay, gotcha. But yeah, I'm working on a game. It's called Unforgiven Space. I will open up the other project and just show you guys what the game is like real quick. You can see where we are. It is fully funded by you guys. There's the Patreon. Right, so let me go back to the space scene here. So you're making a space station simulator in Godot. Here is a space station, economically simulated. Right, so this is what the ships actually look like in the full fidelity with the lighting. So every aspect of the ship can be upgraded from, you know, the fuel intake, fuel scoop, power plant, coolers. You can take off all this stuff, swap it all out. Every module inside the ship can be customized. So you can, you know, pop out all the, you know, shield generators. Everything is systemic. So there's like, you know, one per base, right? Like there's kind of electrical panels and systems that run down, right? But yeah, you're just buying cargo and selling it, right? Going from truck stop to truck stop, making money. I need the take all my money emote. That's amazing. Hell yeah. Well, it's funded by you guys. I'm working on a bunch of mini games. I got poker working and pool working. The poker actually needs a bit more work, actually, so working is subjective, but the pool is fully working. The idea is just to create a place right now while we're working on the game. Every Sunday I do a build. It's playable. Right, so, you know, you can pop off all these components, swap things out. Right, so this is Unforgiven Space. There's so much more to it that I can explain, you know. But yeah, but right now the idea is you can have your own habitation module. You can fully customize it, swap out all the furniture and everything, and make it your own. Right, that's the $10 pledge, which is not working fully right now. I'm only 2 months switching everything over to Godot, so you had to bear with me for. Oh yeah, and I broke something on them. I need to fix the shower module. Maybe I can fix that right now. 1 second. Yeah, I think I can. Let me fix chip cabinets. Chip box. Yeah, chip modules. I'm gonna fix this real quick. Where did I put them? Oh, under prepads. Right here. Shower module. Okay. What's broken? What engine were you coming from? Unity. And you know, like, and the important thing here, Ricky, is all of this is multiplayer. So you know, you do it all together. You know, you're not playing pool by yourself. You're in a, you know, a living, breathing, you know, economic simulation with other players and simulated NPCs. Let me show you. And there's no, like, I'm not, you know, like I said, I got too much money in Star Citizen right now. So we're making our own, you know, with blackjack and hookers. And it's really important that we get the blackjack and the hookers right. Right, so, right, all the IK works. All the animations work. I can spawn in my ship. Even the data pad, like, all of the UI in the game is all diegetic. So check it out. If I come over here and like look around, see this is all synced in multiplayer. So if I bring out my gun here, all the projectiles, let's run over here, spawn in a ship, you know, jump in the ship, jump in the seat, you know, boop, and just screw off and go off into the world. Right, it's right, you can see the bullets trailing. Right, so, and you know, this whole time I don't know what's up with the NPCs right now. Oh, I do know what's up with the NPCs. I have a new state that I added for the animations because they're using a new animation tree. So I do know why the NPCs are being. Can you see the first person in the flight seat? Yeah. And the animations of the seat are also synced. Right. Yeah, I do have to fix that bug. That's the AI have a lot more states. I started working on this recently. This is today's project, right? This is the security NPCs. So the security NPCs are the second layer NPC systems. Let me show you here. Thanks for the follow. Check it out. So here I have an NPC. Now this NPC has my IK system, as in the one the player has. So let me go grab his attention. Right? Oh no, he's chasing me. Right? Now because he can still aim at me, he's not approaching me. As I move further away, he's going to start approaching me. Right? His IK system works fully. See, he's aiming at me. He's looking at me. He's not moving unless he crosses over that threshold. Right? And I can just go and do this. I can shoot him. He'll turn into a ragdoll. I can tractor beam him around. You know, and I'm just gonna let him come back up again. Right, so that's my advanced NPC. So we're gonna go into the 0G. And he's still tracking me, even though I'm in the 0G. He's finding the closest point on the nav mesh. Right, so he doesn't know where I am right now, but we're gonna do this. We're just gonna kind of get in around him. Nope, still saw me. Hang on. We're gonna trick him. So we're gonna fly away where he can't see me. I'm gonna just kind of. This looks amazing. I got a bounce. Baby with a diaper. Call my name. No worries. Nope. He's not doing it now. Anyway, if you lose him, he'll kind of look around. He'll be like, where was he? Where was Revere? Maybe we can... Oh, I know. Hang on. But well, I'll kill him before he... Run. No, he still thinks I'm up there. See where the dot is? That's where he thinks I am right now. So look, he's looking for me. He's like, ah, where's that evil Revere gone? Where's that evil Revere? He's like looking up. He's like, where is he? Where's that Revere? He's got to be up there somewhere. And, you know, get wrecked. He didn't get me now. I think the fact that you can't lose him makes him smarter. Oh, but you need, you know, the trick to making good AI is making dumb AI. So now there's a few more properties I need to sync in multiplayer now because I kind of changed the way the NPCs work. So I'll have to do that. But yeah, so this is Unforgiven space. You know, you buy cargo, you sell it. You have, you know, gravity volumes and 0G. And, you know, you can pirate cargo. You can pirate other people's cargo. You know, I don't ask questions where the cargo comes from. And, you know, this is where you kind of customize your habitation. Where are those nodes? There's nodes here somewhere. Oh, maybe they're not in the scene. Oh yeah, of course they're not in the scene. Yeah, so now I need to go and fix that real quick. But it's 11:30. I think that's where I'm going to end it. I'm going to go raid someone. But yeah, hopefully, you know, that kind of showcases, you know, what we're working on. I have two builds. So I have this build, which just has the independent systems, right? Just the code of the game without all the art. And then I have the main project, which has, you know, well, everything, you know, the whole art, the whole works. Just so it's easier. It's easier to do these 200 meg builds, you know, because you can still, like, jump in the ship, you know, fly over, park it, swap out all the components, play around with the system, you know, get used to it. But, yep, if you're, you know, super interested, shout. Thanks so much for the follow. You know, the best thing that I can say is check out the Patreon and, you know, $5 tier gives you access to the builds. Every Sunday I'm doing builds, so it's just, you know, things are just happening, right? So that's what we do. Every Sunday there's a build. There's, you know, you can see like some of the ship AI, the plate model, you know, ships fully fly themselves. There's so much more, you know, that I'm working on that you probably, you know, haven't even, I wouldn't even be able to showcase you, but yeah, like the ships are fully independent. They fly on their own, real time, right? They self-correct themselves. They're, you know, I like doing AI, right? This stuff's fun, right? So it's auto-aligning, self-correcting, coming down, landing, taking off, you know, going to other places. So, right? So the idea is that, you know, NPCs go to their own ships and they, you know, they do their own thing. Yeah, and there's the speeder that I'm working on. My 60s inspired space speeder. Disney, don't sue me. You know, with cargo. And yeah, we're gonna go find someone to raid. But definitely, you know, jump on the Discord if you guys are interested, and we're going to follow someone, find someone to raid. But that's all I can say is follow along, and you know, it's just going to get made. English, French, round it with friends. Derek create schemes in Godot. Trash Panda. We're playing Rimworld. Elemental Legion. Who else is in the software and game? Like, these guys aren't playing and aren't doing anything. Let's just do software and game dev and pick someone. Building. Ranny dev? Are they in Godot? Nope. "3D space game in Rust? Let's go." Thanks for the follow, Miss Rob.
Another raid. Revere. Raid time. Thank you so much. You're awesome.